This weekend, Coppin State back in the NCAA baseball tournament. They travel down to Greenville to be part of the Greenville Regional. They will open against East Carolina tomorrow afternoon. Joining us now, the head coach of the Eagles, Coach Sherman Reed, with us on GCR. Coach, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you. Thank you for taking the time for us, and congratulations.
Glenn, really appreciate it, man. Happy to be on with you this morning.
Coach, can you take me through? That was some high drama in the MEAC championship, huh?
Too high, man. I got to be careful, man. I almost got tossed 2 times, man. The pressure was on. I had to tame myself. A couple of the guys had to come over and say, Coach, we need you, man. Settle down. We got you, Coach. We got you. And they had me, man. I tell you what, there was a couple of times in that deciding game where we were on our heels really in trouble against a very tough Delaware State team. But the guys prevailed, and the offense has led us all year. And that big 8-run ninth, top of the ninth, was able to relieve us and take some of the pressure off.
So you were down 11-10 going into the ninth inning of the deciding game in the MEAC tournament. What do you?
Listen, man, it was 11. Glenn, it was 11-8 going into
The eighth inning. Oh my!
3-1 lead, yeah, and we got the big 2-out single to close the gap by a really good, talented junior transfer in Mr. Brian Nicholas that got us to close that gap from 3 to 1 run going into the ninth, and then they had a couple of really good arms still in the bullpen. So it got really scary for us going in the ninth, trailing by 1 run.
So what do you say as a coach in that situation? Like, do you have to have a rallying speech? Do you just trust your guys? They understand the moment. Like, what does it look like in a dugout or coming off the field when you're in a situation like that and your season's on the line?
Yeah, I think I got to give credit to the hitting coach. I know that I saw the guys around a huddle with the hitting coach, Zossaball. I didn't know what was the message Zossaball was giving them as we came up to bat in top of the ninth. But I later found out that what the hitting coach told the guys were, hey, man, I smell a big inning. I smell a big inning. And we were really rolling into the top part of our lineup where we have all of our potent batters. So as a head coach, I liked our chances, being down by 1 run. And then Matt Day, who has the one local guy that we only have 2 Marylanders on this team. Matt Day led off with a triple. He's the fastest kid on the team. We're ranked 11th in the country in total stolen bases. And when Matt led off with that triple, we knew that worst case, we were going to go force extra innings because we were going to find a way to get Matt home 90 feet away. So when Matt tripled, man, I think that triple really took the pressure off all of our offense. And then the guys were loose and continuing to do the things that they've done this whole season, and that is giving us good quality ABs. And I'm here to tell you it was sparked by that triple by Matt Day.
Yeah, and look, the rest is history. First time in the NCAA tournament since 1995 for Coppin State. Coach Sherman Reed with us here on GCR. Coach, what does that mean to you? Like, you've been there for over a decade now, and being the baseball coach at Coppin State can't be the easiest job in the country. There's just no way that that's the case. What does it mean to you, all of the work you guys have put in now for over a decade and trying to build this thing for it to have finally paid off and for you to be playing in the NCAA tournament?
And you're right. A lot of people feel that Coppin State, West Baltimore, some of the crime and being a small school, but we flipped that because Baltimore is still one of the best places to visit. As a guy that has visited states and cities and countries all over the world in my prior life as in corporate sales, that there is a lot to preach, present, and promote about Baltimore City. It really is. And I think that it started with the presentation and putting together a really good recruiting presentation for the kids. We're batting probably, Glenn, 82% kids accepting our offer when they step foot on the campus of
Wow.
Coppin State. It's a
Wow.
beautiful campus, man, with all of the buildings going up, our science and technology building, our health and human services building, our college of business building is going up right there on the corner of Warwick and North Avenue. When we get a kid to step foot on our campus, we're in the low 80s in terms. We're going to get that kid, and the, this championship was really for all those kids 8, 9 years ago when they come to Coppin, and we were struggling, man. We were really struggling. We had a low roster. I think my first year we had 11 guys on a roster. 11 guys was my first year. But as we started turning the corner and winning, then the quality of the recruits increased. We started really knocking out some big time recruits and blue chippers that we were in a battle for. Some of the schools with more established winning programs we were up against, but they trusted that as a freshman you'd get a chance to play right away. And it's all about getting on the field and playing at the Division I level, not just being on a roster. So we took all those things into consideration. Once we turned the corner and started winning, then the recruiting part got a little easier, quite honestly. And like I said, our facilities are spectacular, man. Our physical education complex is just slightly over 12 years old. The kids got a world-class training center, a world-class director of training, and the fact of the kids are big, strong. We've got indoor facilities, awesome batting cage. We got a turf field there in the center of campus that we use for practice. So we got a lot of things going for us. We just needed that vehicle to share it and promote it. And once we started winning on top of that, then quite honestly, the recruiting part did get a little easier for us.
And here you are now, MEAC champions and in the NCAA tournament. Coach, I want to talk about one of your guys. Kind of nice to have like a little Shohei Ohtani on your roster, right? Tell me a little bit about Jordan Hamburg and what he's done for you, sort of as an all-around player.
Yeah, Jordan Hamburg is clearly one, and I'm so happy for Jordan. Jordan had we were in an uphill battle getting this kid out of the 2020 class, 19 class, 20 class, the 2020 class, because this kid had a lot of other offers on the table. But to get a kid with the talent of a Jordan Hamburg, that all he does is go out there and take the ball and get you wins. I mean, he in his sophomore year now, as a true sophomore, he's got the school's record for strikeouts. The kid goes out there, fanging the side, 1, 2, 3, and then he goes and gets a couple of Gatorade, and then he goes to the bat rack to go lead off an inning as a DH guy. So that when you look at all of the taxation that this kid carries, and to put up the numbers offensively, and then do the things he's doing on the mound is just amazing. And again, it goes towards how well conditioned our guys are through our strength and conditioning program. Jordan, right now, if this kid was playing at a low level pro ball, let's say single A, low single A, high rookie ball, I think you could plug this kid in and can count on 350, 320, 330 hitter with a high slugging percentage, given how well this kid hits balls to the gap. And he's got a quick bat, and the ball just jumps off his bat. The kid can go yard, off field, straight away, and if you try to cheat on him, he'll pull the ball. To have a kid with the talent of a Jordan Hamburg at Coppin just opened the door for more top baseball players to consider Coppin, and we're just happy on a national scale that they now know who he is. I mean, this kid has a chance, being one of the finalists for the national award as top two-way player in the country with the John Olerud Award.
That's remarkable. I mean, it's one of the 5 finalists for the John Olerud Award, which is given the top two-way player in the entire and all of college baseball, which is really incredible. Coach, Coppin State in their history knows a thing or two about pulling off NCAA tournament upsets. I'm not sure if maybe you had the guys watch like the On and Coppin documentary to try to teach them a little bit about the history of this, but
Glenn, how did you know we did that, man? We did
That
that like
seems
3 weeks
smart.
ago. We did that.
It seems smart, man. You got to make them believe. How does it happen? How do you go down there tomorrow, facing one of the best programs in the entire country in East Carolina, and how do you get your kids to believe they can? And then what does it take to pull something like this off?
You know what, Glenn? This, I've been telling media outlets for the last week now. Nothing that this team does or achieve great on this trip, this journey into the regionals, is going to surprise anybody on this team. It's just not. We've seen this team do some great things. What this team is not afraid of are the letters on the front chest of the opposition. And it started when we opened the season against a great Cal Baptist University, and all they've done is won their conference 2 out of the last 3 years, and we went there and battled them in a 3-game series. The key is for the guys to be able to control their adrenaline. They're going to be able to control the emotions, and it may take us an inning or two. But after that, it'll be baseball as usual, and we've told the guys, don't try to hit the 5-run homer. Don't try to throw a pitch 200 miles per hour. What, in a sense, we're telling them, don't try to do the impossible. Relax, let the game come to you. Stay with the quality at bats. I mean, we're one of the more disciplined teams in the country in terms of knowing the strike zone and staying away from the pitcher's tough pitch and making them hit the plate. And you hit the plate against this team's going to hit you, and we got a pretty potent lineup.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we're just trying to have the guys understand that in the big scheme of things, it's nothing but a baseball game. And sure, the first couple of innings are going to probably be trying as the guys try to get control of their emotions, including the coaching staff.
Right.
But after that, man, you're going to see a good brand of baseball. We run the bases really well. We execute the small ball when we need to, and our pitchers compete in the strike zone. That's the key. And we're the leading team in fielding. We set a school record for fielding. We field the baseball as well. So it's going to be a good contest, man. It's going to be a good contest for us, and we're right for it and ready for it.
A Towson alum, an alum or a man. What makes this so cool to me, Coach, is that this means more to you. Like, you're one of us, right? Like, this is a personal thing for you. When you talk about Baltimore, like, I can hear it in your voice how much it means to you to have led Coppin State to the NCAA baseball tournament. It may be more so than if you had been at another school, right?
And it does. And as I had a chance when the position opened at Towson 4 years ago. And the bottom line is, I love that black and gold of Towson. Had a great time. My 4 years, 4.5 years there at Towson. But at the same time, I'm born and raised in West Baltimore.
Right.
It's like we walked through Coppin on our way to walks to go to Mondawmin Mall. We walked to the old Coppin Center to watch some of Frank Mitchell's great teams when I was a young kid. Those things stick with me, being Baltimore born and bred. My sister-in-law is an alumni. My baby sister is an alumni of Coppin. It's like, man, we love Coppin State. I mean,
That's awesome.
I love Coppin State, and it just, I still need to be pinched to wake me up from what sometimes still feels like a dream because of the hard work and grind. And to get here and to have a chance, I think we have a legitimate chance to go there and play with anybody and come out with a win or two or three, if you ask the coaching staff, because we truly believe it. But it was a long time coming, and the community of West Baltimore, the school, the institution that really supports baseball, starting at the top with Dr. Jenkins and our great athletic director, Mr. Carter. This was for them. This championship.
That's awesome. Coach, I'm so happy for you. Can't wait to see what you guys can do this weekend. It starts tomorrow, 1 o'clock on ESPN Plus as they take on mighty East Carolina. Go get them this weekend. Shock the world. Make some history. And let's chat again after you do. Coach, congratulations. Thank you for taking the time for us.
My pleasure, Glenn. Always a pleasure listening to you, man, by the way. And we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Sherman Reed, baseball coach at Coppin State. That is a 10.5 as local stories go.